Hello, hello. I know it's been a while. I haven't been live. Don't worry about that. How are you doing? And if you don't know who I am, I'm Coach J, aka Jackia. And this is my private Facebook community where I share holistic wellness tips and everything like that, and also life coaching. And today we're going to do something very important, which is mastermind and strategize for the second quarter. So we are almost halfway through because August will be starting in a few weeks. So it's best to start now, right? So what are you trying to manifest for this next quarter of the year? So we have the third quarter coming up, October, November, December, and then the year is a wrap. So right now we're in July, August, and September. Like, that's how I look at my years. I look at it in quarters and separate things in sections. So for this quarter, I personally wanted to just enjoy my summer. Like, my goal was to continue personally healing, things that are still coming up as they do as we are getting older and we've gone through traumatic experiences. That's what's going to happen in adulthood. Like, shit's going to come up and you have to deal with it. If you suppress it, then it just becomes deeper, darker, and harder to heal. So as far as my personal goals, I wanted to enjoy my summer and have fun. And so far I've been doing that, going to concerts. I went to Chris Brown concert for my birthday month, had an amazing birthday. I turned 30 fine. And again, went to a concert, Maya the Dawn, one of my favorite Brooklyn artists. I've been skating. I'm taking a summer class too. But I'm also having fun with it, making sure that I'm on top of my work, just overall doing things that I want to do. All right, so my question to you is, are you doing more of what you want to do, or are you doing the most of what you got to do? More of what you want to do, the most of what you have to do. So let me talk a little bit about manifestation, right? So before you manifest, before anything comes to your physical plane, it is first going to come in thought, right? In the beginning, there was just thought. From a formless substance came our existence, right? That's exactly what happens when you first think of something you want to see in your reality. It's first formed in thought. So before you manifest, you have to visualize that manifestation coming true. Like, nothing is really going to come true until you can see it. So people say, I don't see anything in my mind. I've heard that once. I heard that recently, and a young lady was like, she don't see images in her mind. And then my first thought was, so how are you exactly visualizing things? And then it came to me, and then other people were talking in the comments. They were like, feelings, right? And that led me to make sure that I'm concrete in sharing the difference of feelings versus emotions. So when you visualize, you are feeling. You are putting yourself in that state of mind, right? That emotion in the moment of your manifestation that hasn't come true yet, but you want it to come true. Like, for instance, I know for a fact, but one of my goals is, of course, to pass my summer class, preferably with an A, and so far it's looking like a B+, but I can still get myself there, just continuing to repeat these steps, rinse and repeat. So number one, you have to visualize yourself in that state of mind, in that feeling, in that manifestation before it even happens. Number two, affirmation. Not just I am affirmations, also I have, I see, I do, I feel, I know. Like, affirmative statements that prove to be true in your life, whether you can see it now or not. Like, it's a proof. It's proof that you can feel something. You can do something. You can have this. You can feel, you can see that. You can do X, Y, and Z. So these are all affirmations in alignment with the main energy centers, right? And you can do more research about that, or you can book a personal coaching call with me and we can go into deeper detail about how that exactly applies to you. Number 3, intention with your manifestation. What are your goals, right? We're talking about that right now. So I know my goal is to pass my class, preferably an A, right? So what are my desires? My desire is to increase my GPA. Like, that's the whole point of wanting to get this A. Yeah. And know my why. That's my why. My purpose is I need to increase my GPA. I'm applying to medical programs next year, right? I need my GPA as high as possible. So all of this is my intention of setting this goal. It's all pushing forward to my long-term plan, right? And number 4, emotion. So we talked a little bit about the feeling, what you feel, but that feeling is stemming from an emotion. That the hierarchy is the emotion. So I'm sad, or let's keep it positive. I'm happy, right? And the emotion I am feeling is hopeful, right? Or I'm happy. Sorry, the emotion is happiness. And it's a very thin line between these two, because emotions are like the umbrella, right? And feelings is the raindrops, right? So I'm happy and I'm feeling hopeful. Happy, I'm feeling excited. I'm happy and I'm feeling thrilled. Those are feelings. So it's very important to distinguish the two. And when you're experiencing emotion like happiness, what happens is limiting beliefs can come up. So when you're manifesting something that you have not yet seen in your life, you have to release all limiting beliefs. You cannot not believe. There cannot be a bone in your body that thinks this won't happen. I'm telling you, it's going to delay it. Believe me, it will delay it. Like, personally, me even having the confidence to do videos and make my wellness business something that other people will be interested in, it took time because I still nursed the limiting beliefs inside of me, right? When that emotion, that fear came up and I felt anxiety, or I felt flustered, whatever the case may be, I had to think. In that moment, I was stuck in the past. So when you're manifesting, you have to let go of the past. You have to release your past, because what you're manifesting is in your future. You're right here, right now. Your past is back there. What you're trying to manifest is in your future. So you have to have a forward vision, looking forward, right? And accept what is. Accept your now. Accept that the past is gone and you're only looking forward, right? Number 4, action. This is the most important thing. You can't just you can't just pray and not work. You can't just expect the divine to make everything happen for your life. Literally everything has already happened. How about that? What you want is already there. You have to practice the right action. That's the science of getting rich. Practical tool. Just practicing the right action. You see, like, things like this? Me just coming on, talking to this video. Nobody's on. No viewers yet. Doesn't matter. I'm acting. I'm practicing the right action. Right action asks, what steps are you taking to get one step closer to your goal? Just one step. Planning is not action. So if I would have put on my calendar, let me go live at 6 o'clock on Sunday, that's just one part of it. Planning is not action. Planning is not action. Let's make that a mantra. Because a lot of people, and myself included, we fell into traps of planning. We have books of planners and we have ideas and things, and they're not being pushed out. No one's consuming it. You don't want to make that mistake. That's why you're here. And you may see this later. You may not see this right now. But what changes also have you made? So I had to make a change as far as thinking that I was limited in any way with access to making content, to getting information out to people. That was just a limiting belief that I nursed, right? So the minute I decided I'm not going to believe in that anymore, I want to believe in something else, which says that everything works out for me, right? Which says that I'm beautiful, I'm worthy, I'm enough, which says that I need to dream big. I realized after a while I wasn't dreaming big enough. Can we talk about dreaming too small and thinking too small? So I realized that was my issue. I grew up in, what they call the hood. I grew up not in the suburbs. I grew up with a single mom. I grew up not with a lot. Just making it, just getting by. And I've seen a lot of turmoil, seen a lot of trauma, experienced a lot of trauma. So when you think about what has happened to you, it's easy to cling on to that. When you think about things you've seen growing up in your neighborhoods and tragedies, poverty, illness, drugs, sickness, abuse, alcohol, like when you have gone through all of that, it's going to take repetition and action, right action, to remind yourself that everything works out for me. As you are acting, keep reminding yourself that everything works out for me. That's that positive mindset that you have to streamline all the way to that end goal. I'm not saying lose it when you get the goal, but it'll be a whole new mindset that you have to channel once you get that goal. You have to now maintain it. That'll be another mastermind. So this is before you manifest. This is even before anything is coming to you. This is before you get the job, the house, the car, whatever the case may be. So I would say for certain goals, I am still in that season of the before. Certain goals, I am now on the other side. I've accomplished those goals. So let's talk about when you're manifesting, some do's and don'ts. Don't say, I don't want something. Oh, I don't want that. I've had people tell me, I don't want millions. And guess what? You probably won't get them. And I'm not trying to be shady. Like, I don't have my millions yet. But I know it's coming. Like, I already feel like $1 million. So you can't tell me that it's not about to hit my bank account. You cannot focus on something that you don't want. Rather, you have to focus on what you do want. Simple as that. That's why a lot of women and a lot of relationships go to fault, because we're sitting home, we're checking phones, we're checking, tracking, or whatever y'all do. I don't know. I'm married. I'm still a woman, but we've gone through a lot of growth. So a lot of things that I used to entertain, I don't have to entertain anymore. But I want you to stop entertaining those things. Instead of saying I don't, affirm what you desire by saying I do. So let's say you're not fulfilled in the relationship. You have to affirm your feelings to the person. If they're not receptive, they're not trying to heal and grow, it's not even worth it. But if they're worth it, it's just a little rough patch y'all going through, which is going to happen if you're dealing with a human adult. It's going to happen. It will happen. You stay or you go. That's it. But even in that relationship, you want to affirm the positives of that person. Affirm the positives of the relationship. Oh, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. And I don't. I can't. Well, then don't. And you won't. And it ain't. That's just the reality of it. You want to include things like have, right? Already in your existence. I have, I do, I feel, I see, I am. Pretty much the affirmations that I mentioned earlier that aligns with the main energy centers of our bodies, right? Some call it the chakras. They have millions of nadis. So this is different teachings that I've learned, which all streamline. It doesn't matter what religion you practice. They all streamline to the human experience and a spiritual plane. Simple as that. They want to separate us, different religions, different customs, this and that, all the time, separation. But in reality, we still have to come back whole. So the goal is to heal holistically. Now, don't say things like will. I will do this. I will do that. Not only are you diminishing the right action because you haven't done it yet, right? Remember that right action we talked about, the science of getting rich, practical tool, the art of right action. The word will implies something that hasn't happened yet. Now, yes, we are manifesting in the future, but when you are biohacking your brain, and you didn't come from riches, and you didn't come from the high level teachings, and you're just now reprogramming your subconscious mind, you have to fix your vocabulary, like do a 180 on that thing. Like things that you may have spoken about in the past, keep them to yourself. Try not to speak them out loud if they're not serving your greater good. All right, so the word will implies an occurrence in the future, but the key to manifesting is to act and feel as if you already have what you desire. So when we're talking about goals are future oriented because it hasn't happened yet, right? Realistically, a goal is something that you want to happen one moment from now, whether it's tomorrow, next month, or whenever. It's happening after right now. But the word will applies that it may or may not happen. And the word can't. When you say something can't happen, you're focused on what you don't want instead of what you do want. So you're already canceling out the possibility of this thing happening. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, that can't happen. Oh, they can't do that for me. Why not? When those things come up, when those limiting beliefs come up, challenge it. Ask yourself, why not? Talk back to your subconscious. That's how you develop a relationship with it, because it's not going anywhere. It's constantly storing things still. Like, and it has storage, and then it's like constantly pulling in stuff. So you have to create this healthy balance to listen and also feed it healthy information. The next phrase you want to avoid when you're manifesting is going to. So the phrase going to implies something that is going to happen in the future, but is not happening right now. So instead of saying going to, you have to affirm the desire in the present, is or are. So my am, is, or are. So my goal is to get an A on my class, right? Remember that? Not, I don't even want to say that W word. Ooh. It's not that I get an A. It's that I am going to. Like, the goal is, like, the A is mine already. Those type of things. Maybe. The word maybe, that's real bad. Ooh. And somebody maybeing you to death, like, get them out of here. Oh, can you, do this for me? Can we work on that? Oh, maybe. I can maybe do that. And maybe. Take your maybe. And you're going to take it to a vibrational mismatch because it's not here, right? So the word maybe implies that you're not really sure of what you want. Now, that's different from making choices and weighing your options. Your options need to be based off of your long-term goal. Your maybe, that uncertainty is most likely based off of your limiting beliefs. Now, if you want to work through your limiting beliefs and go through a coaching program that allows you to actually quiet those limiting beliefs and help you to develop new positive beliefs based off of your value system, then book a coaching call with me so we can work one-on-one personally for your situation. Now, the word maybe may seem harmless, right? But think of all the time that you've used it. Has anything come to fruition from using maybe? Or were you stuck in limbo trying to make a decision and then most likely eventually not even making a choice or making one that didn't really benefit you? Be honest with yourself, right? So when you focus on the lack of something, you're giving it more power. Just like if a negative person lives next door to you, they're your neighbor and they're trying to get your attention and be all negative. The more energy you give that person, that thing, the more power you give it and the less power you have. See, when we're manifesting, I've never been so powerful as to when I'm manifesting. When I know in the pit of my stomach it's going to come into my reality, like I've been listening to this artist. Her name is Maya the Dawn. And I wanted to experience the artistry in person. I've been listening to Chris Brown since I was a kid, and I wanted to experience his artistry in person. So I made it a goal to go to their concerts. Like, it's bigger than just buying a ticket. Like, this is a part of making yourself happy and fulfilled in little ways. It doesn't have to look like going to concert. Whatever your thing is, it doesn't have to be what my thing is, but you got to figure out what your thing is. Wish. Like, I wish they had us with those songs growing up. We got to be careful what we're listening to. Because wish upon a star, make a wish. I mean, that's great in a cartoon Disney collection, but wish implies a lack of certainty in what you want. So remember being very intentional with your goals and with your manifestations. You have to take away anything that disregards what you really want. So wishing it is basically blowing it away. Like, you see it, you desire it, but you're blowing it away. Express your certainty in your manifesting by saying, you know. So I wish I had I know. Like, I don't wish I had me. I know I'm already fulfilled financially. I know the wealth is already streaming right here to me. It's already here. Need. Need implies an attachment to a specific outcome. So while you're unwilling to let go of the outcome, your energy is controlling and fearful. So that need is like, you can't breathe without it, like oxygen, water, food. But is that manifestation really a need? Because you're going to get your oxygen, your water, and I doubt you're going without food, especially if you can see this. You are going to get those needs met. Those are basic needs. Those are human, basic, physiological needs that we need those on a daily basis. This is nothing that God will take away from us, ever. But college degree, successful business, a house, a car, trips, a baby, a relationship, whatever. Those are not things that we really like. Those are extras. So these are things that we want. Those are just things that we want. We desire them. And we can put them on our goals list. Right? So be very careful. Because need implies an attachment to a specific outcome. And when you're thinking about things like school, some people have non-traditional paths like me. I didn't go straight 4 years. I'll be done next year graduating. But you don't know exactly how it's going to go. So you don't know. Excuse me, guys, I had a call. But the last thing you want to avoid is the must, right? The word must implies resistance to other creative possibilities. Same as the need. It keeps you restrained. You want to use expanding words. You want to feel the expansive emotions rising up in you. Like, before that thing manifests in your reality, you want to feel like, call me crazy, I'm a little bit of an actress, but I've done interviews in my head. I'm doing my large summits and conferences. I'm walking into my wellness center. Like, right now when I go to my college campus, I visualize that this is my wellness center. One, there's hardly anybody in the building that I go in. Hardly. It's like it was just for me. The divine said, this season, on this campus, on the days and times that you are here, Jakia, is just for you. So the same thing with whatever environment you're in right now. You may not see it or take it as that, but be grateful and be thankful. that whatever's happening right now is just for you. And you have all the power to create something even greater if it's not what you want right now. Take these manifestation tips and create the life you want. You know, you only get one. But if you need guidance, you need coaching, don't hesitate to reach me, DM me, comment on this live, or go to IamWellnessWorthy.com. Later.